7 charges of rape, 1 charge of sexual assault, 4 different women. This is the story of the sprawling legal battle that could bring the career of football star Thomas Partey to a sudden and definitive end. With a high-stakes trial set for November 2026, we are breaking down the timeline and the allegations he's facing. Part 1. The Pedestal. Before the headlines were filled with court dates and criminal charges, Thomas Partey was a name that meant power and precision in midfield. His journey to the top of world football was a story of relentless determination. Forged in the fiery environment of Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, he became a Champions League finalist and a Europa League winner. He was the engine of their team, a player so talented that in 2020, Arsenal triggered his £45 million release clause, making him the most expensive Ghanaian player in history. In North London, he was supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle, a world-class talent brought in to elevate the club back to the very top. For the Ghanaian national team, he wasn't just another player, he was a hero, a leader who captained his country and represented them on the world's biggest stage. He was at the peak of his powers, a celebrated athlete whose career seemed limitless. But while his star was rising on the pitch, a storm was gathering off it, a storm that now threatens to eclipse everything he's ever achieved. Part 2. The Timeline of Allegations. To really get a grip on the situation Thomas Partey is in, we have to spool back the tape on a complex and troubling timeline. These aren't new events. The allegations stretch back years, involve 4 separate women, and now have resulted in 2 distinct legal cases running at the same time. It's a timeline that kicked off right as his big money move to the Premier League was happening. Paradoxically, the most recent charges to become public are tied to the oldest alleged offenses. In February 2026, the UK Crown Prosecution Service, or CPS, announced 2 new charges of rape against Partey. These charges come from alleged incidents back in 2020 involving a 4th woman who came forward to police in August 2025. This led to a fresh investigation into what the police called non-recent offenses. As a result, Partey is scheduled to appear in court on March 13, 2026 to begin answering to these 2 counts. But long before this 4th woman came forward, a much larger case was already in motion. This first case involves 3 other women and a total of 6 charges, with the alleged offenses taking place between 2021 and 2022, while Partey was an Arsenal player. The investigation started in February 2022, after police first received a report of rape. For years, the player at the center of it all wasn't named in the press due to UK legal restrictions, and he continued to play for his club and country while police gathered evidence. It wasn't until July 4, 2025, that the CPS announced it had authorized the police to charge Thomas Partey. The timing was striking. It came just 4 days after his lucrative contract with Arsenal had officially expired. The charges were extensive: 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. Let's break that down. According to the CPS, those charges relate to 3 separate women. The first woman alleges 2 counts of rape, the second woman alleges 3 counts of rape, and the third woman alleges 1 count of sexual assault. All of these alleged incidents happened between 2021 and 2022. This multi-year investigation is now headed for a full trial, which is scheduled to begin on November 2, 2026. So, to be crystal clear, we have 1 case involving 3 women, which includes 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault, heading to trial in November 2026. And we have a second, separate case involving a 4th woman and 2 counts of rape that is just starting its journey through the courts. In total, Thomas Partey is facing 7 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. Part 3. The Legal Process. With so many charges and such a complicated timeline, the legal process itself has become a huge part of the story. After the formal charges in July 2025, Partey appeared in court on August 5 for a preliminary hearing and was granted conditional bail. Then, in September 2025, he appeared at the historic Southwark Crown Court. It was there he formally entered his plea. To the 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault, he pled not guilty. His trial for these charges was set for November 2, 2026, and will be overseen by a high court judge, a detail that really highlights the seriousness of the case. Throughout this process, Partey has hired a high-profile legal team led by lawyer Jenny Wiltshire, a name you might recognize from the Benjamin Mendy case. Her statement on Partey's behalf has been firm and consistent. Thomas Partey continues to deny all charges against him. He has cooperated with the police throughout. Given there are ongoing legal proceedings, there will be no further comment. This reinforces his public position of innocence and his plan to fight the allegations in court. A key question many people have asked is, why is he still allowed to play football? The answer is in his bail conditions. Partey was granted conditional bail, which lets him continue his career, and that includes traveling abroad for matches. The conditions are strict. He has to live at his address in Hertfordshire, he's forbidden from contacting the complainants, and he must tell the police about any international travel. He has followed these rules while playing for his new club Villarreal and for the Ghanaian national team. The principle at work here is the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, but when the allegations are this severe and the public profile this high, the debate gets incredibly complicated. So, we want to ask you, where do you think the line should be drawn for clubs and sports organizations when an athlete is facing serious but unproven allegations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.